What's going on, horror gang? Welcome to our Shop 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host, Marcus. Please be sure to shoot that like button, subscribe to the channel, so also hit that notification icon to get all of these content updates to the channel. In this video, I want to talk about a photo that I realized on the set of Scream 6 of a reporter's news van that did not match the same company that Gale works for in Scream 5. But before I touch on it, let's hit that intro. I shot him 6 times! Alright gang, so let's get into it. So, the other day I went to check my Instagram messages and I realized I had a message from a loyal subscriber, Dino Spermani. Shout out to you, Dino. And he was kind enough to provide me with some set photos from the set of Scream 6. And one of these photos was a picture of a news van. Now, I decided to do my due diligence and at least zoom in as best as I can on that news van, and I quickly realized that this is not the same news van or company that Gale had arrived in Scream 5. If you can see the overlay on the right hand side that says KQIS, that's the van that Gale arrived in Scream 5 when she had gotten out the van. So when I saw this, guys, I immediately my red flags was going up, and I'm just like, oh, wait a minute. Now we can easily make the case that, hey, maybe Gale switched companies, maybe Gale got a new job being a newswoman anchor somewhere else, maybe KQIS wanted her to do a story on Dewey on his death, and as we know at the end of Scream 5, she said she wasn't going to do any more stab books, you know what I mean, or movies, whatever, that she would write about Dewey. But I feel like if the studio or where she's working at KQIS, I feel like if they were to ask her to not only do a story about Dewey, they'd be asking her to talk about the murders as well, and that could very well lead her to obviously not want to work there anymore and go take an offer somewhere else. But me personally, guys, I don't think that is the case at all. I think that Gale Weathers, by the time Scream 6 comes out, we will be seeing her working for the same exact company that she was working for in Scream 5. Now, with that being said, then whose news van is that? Well, guys, I can't help but think that in this Scream 6 movie, we might get a character that resembles Debbie Salt, aka Mrs. Nancy Loomis. Now, obviously, a lot of us would not like that because it'd be too easy to predict that that character would be the killer. But hear me out, guys. I'm okay with this idea. Only if this so-called Debbie Salt type character, if this is the type of character this person does resemble in Scream 6, the only way I feel like myself and a lot of fans would be satisfied with that is if that character was a massive red herring, only to be revealed as not a killer in the end. Do they get killed off? Do they survive? You can make an argument. You can toss that one up. But it would really be different because I think a lot of us, we fear that there will be a lot of references or a lot of nostalgia to what Scream 2, presented to us on the big screen. And a lot of us don't want that, especially with Nev not being in this movie. This is Radio Silence's opportunity to make this movie and make this franchise their own now. So, of course, we don't want to keep getting repetitive, dialogue or repetitive characters, etc. But I do find it very, very fascinating that we have this other news van here, and much like Debbie Salt was, like, if you go back and watch Scream 2, guys, before we got the reveal that she was Mrs. Loomis, she was kind of like Gale's rival. Like, she admired Gale, she liked Gale, but obviously we found out that was all an act. But the Debbie Salt character admired Gale so much that she was actually starting to rival her in so many ways, which is why Gale would get very, very irritated with her. So I feel like if they can sit there and make this type of character a Debbie Salt type character, make them a massive red herring, make us think that, oh god, this is so obvious, that person, that character's a killer, and then in the end, it's completely opposite. They're not the killer. Another dynamic that, I believe could work with this character, especially if this, is a new news reporter and this reporter is kind of like a Debbie Salt-like character and likes to challenge Gale, etc. It would also kind of be a nice little nostalgia feel to the dialogue between Jennifer Jolie and Gale Weathers in Scream 3. That dynamic was so fun to watch in Scream 3 that I think that if if Radio Silence were to bring back this type of character in terms of a Debbie Salt that's going to rival and challenge Gale, I would want them to add little increments of what Jennifer Jolie was, especially in terms of comic relief. I'm sorry, like, if you watch Scream 3 and you didn't get a kick out of those two on screen together, I mean, I doubt your sense of humor. Don't take that personally. I'm sorry. I just feel like you didn't find that dialogue funny. I don't know if you have that much of a sense of humor. But, guys, I really think that this could work if it's done properly, like we always say, and if they were to bring this type of character, a Debbie Salt type character, if they were to make this character not be a killer, but make them be a massive red herring to where it keeps us guessing and we want to point the finger at that person so badly that we're all but convinced they are the killer, all to be revealed that they're innocent after all and don't have anything to do with the Ghostface murders, I'd be really, really satisfied with that. For the simple fact you get a nice nostalgia feel, but you also get some freshness and a nice swerve. Because like I said, guys, if we get a Debbie Salt type character, especially in terms of vibes, as I feel like a lot of OG Scream fans are going to be disappointed, especially if they were to make that character the killer. But how they can make OG Scream fans like myself and many others not upset, as if they were to be bringing this type of character back in, make them a massive red herring, all to be revealed as either a survivor or a goner who had nothing to do with the Ghostface murders in the end. But that's my take, you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you guys think that this news van is Gale Weathers' news van and that she just switched companies? Or do you agree with me that this could be a potential new character that could rival Gale and be a Debbie Salt, much like Mrs. Loomis was in Scream 2? Hit the comment section. I want to hear from you guys. Alright, gang, that's it for this video. Once again, this is I Shine 6 Times YouTube Horror Movie channel. I'm your host, Marcus. Please be sure to shoot that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification icon to get all the latest content updates to the channel. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as well. And join my horror family and join this beautiful community we got growing here on YouTube. Greatly appreciate your support, everyone, and I'll catch you guys later.